Now let me tell y'all something. Everybody in this room wants success, but not everybody's willing to do what it takes to get it. See, success don't come gift wrapped with a bow on top. Now success is that thing hiding behind the alarm clock when it goes off at 5 a.m. Success is that thing waiting on you when everybody else is asleep, but you're still grinding. Everybody in here has a dream. You were born with one. God put it in you before you even took your first breath. That dream you've been carrying, it's not an accident, it's not random. It's your assignment. But here's the part people don't like to hear: a dream without work is nothing but a wish. And wishes don't pay the bills. Wishes don't feed your family. And wishes don't turn into legacies. Work does. See, too many of us get excited about the dream. We write it down. We talk about it. We picture ourselves living it. And that's good. You need vision. The Bible even says, where there is no vision, the people perish. But listen, vision without discipline is just imagination. It'll stay in your head until the day you leave this world, unless you're willing to put in the grind that makes it real. Everybody wants the glory, but nobody wants the grind. You can dream of being a doctor, but if you won't study when your friends are out partying, that dream dies. You can dream of starting a business, but if you won't take the risk, save the money, study the market, and hustle when you're tired, it's never going to happen. You can dream of a better life for your children, but if you won't sacrifice now, if you won't get up earlier and stay up later, if you won't put in the sweat equity, then that dream is going to stay stuck in the land of what could have been. God gives every one of us a gift, but he does not hand out finished products. He gives you the seed, but you gotta till the soil, water it, protect it, and watch it grow. 10, too many people bury their seed under excuses. I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have the right connections. Listen, you don't need the perfect setup to chase your dream. You need faith, courage, and relentless work. Because here's the truth, God rewards effort. He sees the hustle you put in when nobody's watching. He sees the nights you cry because you're tired, but you still don't quit. He sees you fighting through fear, and that's when he starts opening doors. Let me tell you something, faith without works is dead. You can pray every morning and every night, you can ask God to bless you, but if you don't move your feet, if you don't take that leap, if you don't start walking toward what you're asking for, then you're not really in faith. You're just wishing. Real faith is moving when you don't have all the answers, trusting that if you keep stepping, the ground will appear beneath your feet. Every successful person you see today started with a dream, but that's not what made them who they are. What made them was the grind. Michael Jordan dreamed of basketball, but he worked harder than anyone else in the gym. Oprah dreamed of being on television, but she worked through rejection, through pain, through criticism, until the dream became undeniable. The dream is the spark, but the work is the fire. And let me warn you, it won't come easy. You're going to have people who laugh at your dream, tell you it's too big, tell you to be realistic. Don't you dare let small-minded people talk you out of a big God-given dream. Some folks can't see what God showed you because it wasn't their vision. It was yours. And when the road gets hard, and it will, you've got to remember why you started. Success requires sacrifice. You might lose sleep, you might lose friends, you might lose comfort. But what you gain, purpose, fulfillment, impact, makes it worth every tear, every setback, every lonely night. Think about this. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. If it doesn't require faith, if it doesn't make you nervous, then it's just a goal you can reach on your own. But when you dream so big that only God can help you pull it off, that's when you're in the right zone. But you can't just sit and wait for him to do it all. You've got to show him you're serious by putting in the work. He multiplies effort, not laziness. Work means waking up earlier than you want, staying later than you planned, pushing harder than you thought possible. Work means saying no to distractions, no to instant pleasure, no to shortcuts, because shortcuts cut short your blessing. Success is not microwave food. It's a slow-cooked meal. You've got to be patient. You've got to stay steady. You've got to keep stirring that pot until it's ready. And let me say this, the work is not just physical, it's mental, it's spiritual. You have to discipline your mind to believe in what you're chasing, even when it looks impossible. You have to protect your spirit from negativity, from people who plant doubt in your heart. You have to remind yourself daily that you are chosen, you are equipped, and you are capable. Because the enemy is going to whisper, you're not good enough, you don't have what it takes. That's when you've got to answer back with work. Let your grind be your response. I know you want success, but you have to decide, are you willing to pay the price? Because it will cost you. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you free time. It will cost you sometimes being misunderstood. But every dream worth having comes with a price tag. And the question is, are you ready to invest in yourself, in your future, in the calling God gave you? Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for somebody to hand it to you. Stop waiting until everything lines up. That's not how it works. Success comes to the ones who start moving with what they have right now. The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. Let me tell you something real plain. Nothing great ever came out of comfort. Comfort is where dreams go to die. Comfort is that soft bed that makes you hit snooze instead of chasing what God put in your heart. Comfort is that little voice that tells you, stay where you are, don't take the risk, don't step out. And as long as you keep listening to that voice, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. Growth thrives on the other side of discomfort. Every blessing you've been asking for, every level you've been praying to reach, every door you've been waiting to open, it's sitting in a place that feels uncomfortable to your flesh, but necessary for your destiny. See, everybody wants to succeed, but nobody wants to feel the stretch. You want to build muscles, but you don't want the soreness. You want to build wealth, but you don't want the discipline. You want to live your calling, but you don't want to face the criticism, the rejection, the lonely nights. Let me break it down. The comfort zones are beautiful places, but nothing grows there. If you want to elevate, you have to be willing to step out of what feels safe, step into what feels strange, and trust that God didn't bring you this far to leave you. Discomfort is proof that you're moving. When a baby takes its first steps, it falls, it wobbles, it cries. But that's the process of walking. If you keep carrying that baby because you don't want it to hurt, it'll never learn to stand on its own. And that's what too many of us are doing. We're carrying ourselves through life, refusing to stumble, refusing to stretch, refusing to be uncomfortable. But if you never fall, you'll never fly. Think about the eagle. When it's time for the baby eagle to leave the nest, the mother doesn't comfort it. She starts pulling out the feathers, the soft things, until that nest becomes sharp and uncomfortable. Why? Because if she left it cozy, the eagle would never spread its wings. The discomfort forces it to jump, and the jump reveals the wings God already gave it. Some of you right now are sitting in situations that feel painful, and you're asking, why me? Why now? But maybe God is pulling the feathers out of your nest, making you uncomfortable on purpose, because he knows you'll never see your wings until you're forced to fly. Every breakthrough I've ever seen in anybody's life came through pressure, through discomfort. You want to see faith. Faith isn't proven when everything is smooth. It's proven when you're scared, when you don't know the outcome, but you step anyway. That's when God shows up. That's when the miracle happens. He's not waiting for you in the comfort zone. He's waiting for you in the stretch zone. Let me give it to you this way. Your comfort zone is killing your calling. That's why some of you are frustrated right now. You know there's more inside you, but you're stuck in routine, stuck in the same circle, stuck in what feels safe. But safe never built a legacy. Safe never changed the world. Safe never fed the hungry, never wrote the book, never started the company, never broke the generational curse. Safe will keep you average, but discomfort will make you great. Think about the gym. You don't get stronger by lifting weights that are easy. You get stronger when your muscles are burning, when you want to quit, but you push through. That's the same way life works. Discomfort is the weight God uses to grow your faith, your resilience, your character. If you avoid the pain, you avoid the progress. Some of you keep asking for God to enlarge your territory, to take you higher, to bless you with more. But listen, bigger blessings come with bigger battles. Higher levels come with higher pressure. And if you're not willing to get uncomfortable, you're not ready to receive what you've been praying for. Because success is not for the fragile. Destiny is not for the lazy. Purpose is not for the fearful. It's for the ones who say, I don't like this feeling. I don't like this stretch, but I know it's growing me. I know it's preparing me. Discomfort is the birthplace of destiny. Look at every major figure in history. They had to leave behind something safe to step into something great. Abraham had to leave his home. Moses had to leave the palace. David had to face Goliath. Jesus himself left heaven to step into this world. None of them stayed comfortable, but because they stepped out, they changed everything. And if you want to change your life, you've got to be willing to walk that same road. So when you feel the fear, attempt, when you feel the pain, when you feel the pressure, don't run back to comfort. Don't crawl back into the nest. Don't say, maybe I wasn't meant for this. No, you were made for this. That feeling in your stomach, that nervousness in your chest, that's the sign you're alive. That's the sign you're moving towards something greater. Comfort feels safe, but it keeps you small. Discomfort feels risky, but it's the only place where God can stretch you into who you were meant to be. You've been asking for growth. Don't you know growth hurts? The seed breaks before it becomes a tree. The clay is crushed before it becomes a masterpiece. The gold is refined in fire before it shines. Why do you think you're any different? That pressure you're feeling right now is not to destroy you. It's to shape you. That discomfort you're experiencing is not punishment. It's preparation. You're being molded. You're being stretched. You're being tested because your destiny is bigger than your comfort. Stop running from the uncomfortable moments. Stop asking for the easy road. Start thanking God for the stretch, for the pressure, for the grind. Because every time you lean into discomfort, you're stepping into growth. Every time you push past the fear, you're stepping into courage. Every time you refuse to quit, you're stepping into greatness. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's the tool God uses to reveal the strength, the wisdom, and the power He already put inside you. Everybody's scared of failure. We treat failure like it's a disease, like if you fail one time, you're done. But let me tell you something, failure is not the end. Failure is the tuition you pay for success. It's the cost of learning, the price of growth, the necessary pain